Sorry for the interruption. So, again, I wasn't a huge fan of the '70s fashion. I didn't like the bell bottoms. It did just look weird to me, and a lot of people back then were wearing men were wearing boots with the heel, cowboy boots, dress boots, whatever the case may be. Hence Prince. It was just popular to wear boots. A lot of our entertainers and musical artists, and they were just it was a trend. It's what men did. We were much more dressier, much more casual, much more suited and booted per se. And that didn't mean Timberland boots. It meant if you had on the suit, you wore dress shoes, loafers. But some people wore boots in the '70s to go with their bell bottom pants, and bell bottoms are pretty much just flared jeans, flared pants. It's just almost the same exact. It's almost the same exact silhouette when you look at it. What I did love about the '70s and about that disco era was the shirts. I love the shirts. No, I didn't like the super huge collars, but a lot of the silks, a lot of the prints, the colorful prints were fire back then. Some of the knit sweaters they wore back then, fire back then. But I just didn't like the bell bottoms, which today, if you look at it technically, the silhouette of it is a flare. It just flares out. I'm not going to go as far as saying they were made for women, but it does have a feminine appeal to me. The way they drape and the way they flow, it has a feminine appeal to me. I just was never a fan, but as of right now, it is one of the most popular trends in fashion right now. And I just ain't been able to get with it. I've tried. I guess to my point is I feel I've always been like a rebel. And I mean rebel in the sense of, okay, this is what y'all digging, this is what y'all liking, this is what y'all flocking to, this is the trend. Even though I don't like it, watch what I do to it. I'll take a current trend, put a twist on it, and put it out there. Like, hey, because I'm a participator. Yes, I'm a professional, but I am also a participator. And sometimes it's hard to straddle those two lines because professionally I could love it. Personally, I could hate it. As a participator, all the way with it. As a professional who creates product line for brands, it's not appealing to me, or it doesn't fit in the box or the aesthetic of my brand. And there's nothing wrong with either. You have the right to do that. Just like music is subjective, so is fashion. So is fashion. So is style. It's subjective. But I just find myself lately like, man, I don't like none of this shit, yo. Like none of it. I've been thinking everybody looks goofy. Like everybody look goofy to me. And that's like, I'm sounding like a hater. Just because I don't like it don't mean I can't respect it, correct? Or appreciate it in a certain manner, in an unbiased manner, but in a biased manner, professional, even as a participator. I don't be digging none of this shit, bro. I'm not going to say this is the weakest, but if I look back, as high fashion and high trend as we are right now, I just think everybody look goofy. And I'm trying to pinpoint what it is, man, because everybody's jeans is stacked. Everybody got a flare leg. And I'm seeing a lot of people do a lot of different stuff. The knitwear, the new stuff with the picture on the, I've got hit up a couple times for that. The garments making with the pictures on. That's dope. That's dope. I've been seeing a lot of people knit. Fly. Okay, I'm digging that. Cool. But I'm like, is this what you wearing every day? Maybe I'm just from a different era. Like, when I pull up and when I step in somewhere, I kind of want to be like on trend or in trend, but I also want to be innovative. I want to have something on that you ain't seen before, or wearing it how you've never seen it wore, if that makes sense. recently, I think I posted them just slightly. I might have made one post about them because I haven't had time to take a real solid, good picture of it. Something like this. This is editorial. I need a photo shoot for this. But I took some tuxedo pants and I turned them into a flare leg. Hate the trend. But when I thought about it, I was like, this is gonna crush them. Because it's trendy, but it's also a spin because you ain't never seen them. I ain't ever seen no tuxedo pants with the flared leg. I just ain't seen nobody wearing them. I've seen them kind of like bell bottom, kind of boot cut. I ain't seen no flare leg tuxedo pants. Not like the way I made them, or I had them made per se, because I did have these altered by my seamstress. And when I wore them, I had 15-year-olds and 50-year-olds. Like, bro, what is them? And I wore them with my red and black braids. So I didn't even dress them up because I can't find a boot to go with them. That's appeasing to me. Like, ooh, them dress boots right there. I'm gonna go hard with my tuxedo pants. Nah, I wore them with my red and black braids, and it came out dope. But again, it's not something I'm into. They just happen to come out fire. I took 2 pair of pants that I had made in 2013. I had elastic on them. One I had a zipper on the side. But when you open up the zipper, it just spread out. The other one had no zipper at all, just straight elastic. But they both had velvet piping on the side seams. I took the black one and put the black velvet in between the zipper, made them flare, but you can also zip them down and go back to their original silhouette. I took the red ones who had nothing. She went on to put the zipper in them and flared them out too. Fire. Innovative, because I can zip them up, they'll flare out, or I can zip them down and they'll just be like elastic. They'll have the elastic and they'll fit like a jogger. So that's where the innovation comes. Like, okay, I don't like that, but let me see what I can bring my creativity to it, my authenticity to it, and freak it. I've just been good at that. I've been good at creating, but I've gotten good at upcycling. I've taken something how it currently is and turning it into something else. I get a real kick off of that. So when I say I'm a rebel, that's what I mean. I take something that y'all love and make it even doper. Like, y'all like this? This shit weak, man. Watch this. Now look at it. Does that make sense? So just the state of fashion right now, I just ain't been digging it. I talking to Corey about a month ago. I was like, man, I just ain't been feeling inspired, bro. Like, nothing here inspires me, which is one of the reasons I moved to Atlanta. Nothing here was inspiring me to be innovative and just take my creativity to another level. There was nothing pushing me. And sometimes my peers and friends of mine that I respect and love and admire have brands. And sometimes me seeing them put out work sometimes be the only motivation. Like, yeah, my nigga working. Hell yeah, I like that. Let me get to work. Because these are my peers. Your peers should push you and motivate you and inspire you. My peers do. I got some dope ass friends, some very creatively dope friends who have fashion brands who's eating out here. I ain't talking about monetary. I'm talking about their their level of creativity has climbed and elevated over the years. I'm trying to keep up with them guys. And it ain't about keeping up with the Joneses. When you're around competition, you're around your peers, they should make you better. They should inspire you. And I hope I do the same for them. I hope my homies see me drop something like, that nigga ain't not playing. Let me get on my shit. Not saying that you're not already on it, but it should at least give you a little more, damn, my nigga out here killing them. Let me join. Not let me compete. Let me be better than now. Let me join. Let me collab. Let me get in tune. Let me align myself. My nigga out here create dope shit. I want to create some dope shit with him. Type shit. It ain't just one customer see all y'all stuff and, I'm only fucking with him. Nah, your customer, if it's dope, my ideal client, if they see something dope 5 times and they fucking with it, they gonna get all 5 pieces. If it's dope. If they see 5 pieces and only 3 of them dope, man, nigga, shit might not be there. I've been there too. Like, that's kind of whack. I could see why they would choose this over that. So it was just part of the game. But again, that's the professional side. The participator side of me, man, come on. If it ain't dope, if it ain't creative, if it ain't turning no heads, if I'm not walking in there and people talking about what I got on, it ain't worth it. To me, that's just how I shop. That's how I've always shopped. If I go in a store, if it ain't jumping off the shelf into my arm saying, take me home with you, add me to your collection, it benefits me nothing. It stays there. Unless I'm looking for something specific. Like, okay, I need a white button up, but I need to have a mandarin collar. That's a specific item that I know I'm looking for. And I know where I'm going for that. I'm going to H&M, I'm going to Macy's, I'm going somewhere where I know carry banded collars. But that's looking for something specific. So when I shop, or I'm just out and about browsing, if it don't jump off the rack into my arms, it's not going in my closet. It's not going in my collection, because that's just how I shop. So being that I don't shop like that no more, but I'm still keeping my eyes and ears to the fashion streets, I'm just not impressed. Now, yes, there are people who have been very impressive as far as like pushing the envelope and staying relevant and making sure the cultures is getting pushed. Saya, somewhere in America, always. He's my type of designer. Very innovative, never coming with the same, always something different. And true enough, no, I don't like everything that he put out. No, I don't like every pair of shoe, every style of shoe that he's done. He's had styles of shoes that I would never wear. But he's also had some that I need in my closet. Like I'm going to get them eventually. No, I can't get them right now, because I'm just not a spend $300-400 on a pair of shoes. That ain't never really been me. So I'm not, until I get to that point where, okay, those are worth $300-400, because I know I'm gonna have them for the next 5, 6, 10 years, because they're gonna last because of the quality of them and some of the jeans he's made. I don't like everything he's made, but as far as creativity and authenticity, bro, ain't nobody seeing him, bro. And then you got my nigga Rich Fresh, who just dropped some tracksuits with the shoes. There's not a lot of people who look like me that's doing it at a high level. So I try to keep my ear to the streets and always kind of know what's relevant and who's popping and who's really making moves out here. And the list can go on and on, but these two particular guys who I see on a regular basis, who are not just doing dope shit, but being innovative, being thoughtful, and doing it in a way that's unapologetic to the big brands type shit. I've always tried to follow status quo and do it like this and do it like that, because I've seen brands do it like this. And at this point, man, I'm tired of it. I just want to be apologetically myself. I think I've tried to do it the politically correct way since I've started. And yes, of course, I always think outside the box. I've done things that were outside the box, but for the most part, I've tried to stay in a particular lane, because that's how I learned how to do it. But I think some of those things have also held me back, because I haven't been my authentic self, even when it comes to creativity. Mainly when it comes to marketing, how I market and how I push and how I handle customers, and that experience has been a little different, and how it hasn't always been status quo. But you know, sometimes it takes you to be different to get different results. So again, the point of me even making this was like, man, I feel kind of weird. I'm conflicted, because I've been doing this for a long time, and I'm not getting burnt out off of it. I'm getting burnt out off partly the professional side, because it gets weird how things are different. Where I gotta, the marketing aspect of it, just to get in your face and stay in your face, is different. And then the creative side of it, I'm like, what y'all doing? Like, this shit is whack. This shit is whack. And it mainly comes down to the silhouettes, the shape of things. We're going back to the everything's big, but still slim. So part of it's kind of cool. Like, okay, y'all blending the big with the small, because it's slim waist, but super large, oversized jeans that's hanging off. And like, this shit looks sloppy to me. And I don't know if it's I don't want it to be my age. Like, oh, you from that era, you 40-something years old, you don't understand. Nah, bro, I completely understand. I look more at the way the young men dress than I do the older men. Because once you hit a certain age, you kind of in your lane. You kind of know what you're doing. You can kind of stay there. You might pop outside the box a little bit, but you ain't doing nothing too drastic as far as your style is concerned. But I look at the young niggas and see what they're doing and how they're adapting our era with the new era and blending it, and then not for even right now. Because right now, it's in limbo to me right now. I'm worried about what's going to happen in the next 3 to 5 years when this big, oversized, grunge bum look kind of fades out, and what are we going to transition into? Can I be a part of that? Can I be in front of that? Can I be the initiator of that? Can I be the spark to that? No one was doing elastic in their ankles and pants when I started, bro. Nobody. Did it in 96, 95, 96. But didn't get popular till 2013, 2014. It was a trend. It lasted till, almost 6 years before we kind of, longer than that, before we kind of got away from it. We went straight Euro. Because it was joggers that were bigger and more how I made mine. Then everything got Euro fit. Then they put the elastic. So now the joggers are slim. They ran for several years. Now we're back to the big clothes. 2013, 5-year run, 6-year run, maybe 7. 2021, 22, we was transitioning out of the tight clothes. They were still wearing them, but we're transitioning. Migos, several other cat, Future, all their clothes got big in 19, 20, 21-ish. 21, 22-ish at the latest. Like around COVID, a little after COVID, 21, 22, clothes got bigger. Now, 2025, it's up here now. It's about to peak in the next year. So everything's kind of peaking now. Everything big. In the next year or two, you'll see the slow decline. That's how trend cycles work. And then how fashion cycles work, what is going to fill that void? What's going to pick up from the bottom and rise to the top? What's going to start here and then start elevating? What do you see? What do you think? It's kind of my job to figure that out. So when the time comes, I'm ahead of the game. I already got it in motion. So what do I got already in the stash that I've already created that I can put out here that could possibly not just compete, but coincide and align with that? So when this fades, this is already, and I got something for it too. We'll talk about that later. But so that's where I'm at with it, man. It's just, I've never been in the trends, and when I do, I try to take them to another level, take it up a notch. And as far as like the shapes and the silhouettes of the things people are wearing these days, it just looks weird to me. I like clean cut, I like precise, I like fitted, not tight, fitted, but still comfortable. Something can be fitted and be comfortable. Something can be super huge and be comfortable. But it just looks uncomfortable to me. It looks sloppy to me. It gives me bum, grunge bum. Now that I think about it, that's all this is, man. This is high-end grunge, street grunge wear, grunge street wear. Y'all took grunge, which is kind of like the punk rocker, all black, baggy, loose, non-shapely, weird, out of unbalanced silhouette, and turned it into, and kind of mixed it with streetwear, which was already being blended with high-end fashion, and now you got high-end, high grunge streetwear, and it just looks sloppy to me. This is my personal opinion. It just looks sloppy to me, and I'm not saying everybody gets it wrong. I'm not saying no one has ever made it look right, because to me, my personal opinion, Gunna and Future, and it's a couple other cats I can name, but off the top of my head, as far as like taking this particular era of fashion, adapting to what's happening now, mastering these silhouettes, because theirs don't look sloppy. Theirs look well put together, and that's the difference that I see. It looks more, it's fitted, it's still big, it's still baggy, it's got the flare legs, you got the oversized crop tops, which is still weird to me. I don't know about a crop top, it ain't me. But if it looks decent on you, if it looks good on you, then you pull it off. Fuck what I'm talking about. If it looks good on you, But it gotta look good on you though. So if it don't look good on you, be accountable for that. Like, yo, that shit looks goofy, bro. And 95% of niggas get it wrong. It's only 5% of people I can be like, okay, he gets it right. And I don't even include myself in it because I'll be looking at this era, like, in this particular style, like, I can't do it. I ain't made nothing. I ain't shot nothing. I'm cool right now. I like my wardrobe where it's at. Until things shift or until I push the envelope to something else, I'm cool where I'm at. I am perfectly content on what I've done in this industry professionally, as well as what I've done as a participator. I put in work in both lanes, and I'm content at where I'm at with it. I'll let y'all have all the fun right now, because to me it don't look fun. A lot of these niggas out here looking uncomfortable. You gotta be built a certain way, kind of, for this shit to for you to really pull this shit off, or it gotta fit a certain way. I see a whole lot of funny built, out of shape people who look uncomfortable because the clothes you got on just ain't fitting right, and it just don't look right. And that's just an opinion. I ain't trying to talk about nobody or a bad mouth nobody. I'm just saying, just look. All I'm saying is look. If you play basketball and you had a decent career and you were pretty good yourself, it kind of gives you a little bit of credit to critique someone like, hey, nah, he ain't got it. You could be right, you could be wrong, but at least based off your experience and your expertise and the tenure in that particular industry, you kind of, your perspective has some credit to it. But if you ain't really put in no work and you ain't really never done this on no level, you might want to holler at somebody who has, because I don't know, man. So that's my thing, man. I just really felt I needed to get it off my chest. It's been just sitting right here, giving me a little indigestion, because I ain't want to sound like no hater. I ain't want to sound like no old ass nigga. I'm 47. I'll be 48 this year. I'm closer to 50 than I am 40, and I ain't no young nigga no more. But I still do this at a very high level. Still got an imagination. I still got an eye for style, and I can still put this shit on with the best of them. But I'm just at a point that right now I'm like, man, I don't know, bro. This ain't even fun no more, because, man, everybody look goofy to me. I don't like the shapes. I don't like the silhouettes. I don't like some of the trends that's going on right now. I don't like the way some of this shit is fitting. I don't like the way some of this is looking. But, I do have some people who are slowly but surely changing the game and making it worthwhile, making it fun, and making it interesting again, at least for me. I can't speak for everybody, because everybody don't love it as much as I do. All I'm saying is, man, it should have been looking goofy. And I hope I can help it in the future. But let me know your thoughts, man. Do you think we are at our highest elevation style-wise as we've been in years, or do we need to go back to the drawing board? You let me know, man. I think we need to go back to the drawing board, but I also understand cycles, and I know this will not last too much longer. We got a few more years of this particular style, this particular wave, and it's going to be over with. We're going to be on to something new. And hopefully you or me or someone that's in this game can be the leader of that. Once this era is over, we're going to be on to something else. And hopefully you can be a leader in that and be an innovator in that. I know I'm trying to be. I got something in the stash right now that I know it's going to fuck niggas up. Every time I've showed it to, I think maybe in my lifetime, I created this maybe 2015, well over 10 years ago. I've had this ideal, this concept, and this design for more than 10 years. I've probably only showed 5 people. 3 of them were designers and seamsters that I had to show because they had to be made. But in the last 10 plus years, I've shown 5 or less people this idea and this concept, and every last one, 100% of the time, blown their mind. Completely blown their mind. So no, we'll get there, man. Thanks for tuning in, man. You know the motto, man. Get up, get dressed, be great.